Welcome back, guys. We're looking at the McLaren MSO HS, one of only 25 cars made. It was sold to some of McLaren's most important customers on an invite-only basis. MSO stands for McLaren Special Operations, McLaren's bespoke division. MSO take your car and tailor it to your desires. This can include unique paintwork, interior design, and extra carbon fiber and body parts. The MSO HS is a more powerful, more exclusive version of the already stunning 675 LT. Would have taken the 675 LT and made it more extreme with additional downforce and weight loss. The visual changes are significant. These include a side body skirt, and the rear of the car has the most obvious changes where the entire rear section has been made from carbon fiber. They've also added a bigger rear wing like a race car, but unlike race cars, this wing is not fixed. It actually comes up and acts as an air brake. All these aerodynamic changes generates an extra 220 kilograms of downforce at 150 miles an hour. The additional carbon also reduces the weight. McLaren has gone to extreme lengths to reduce the weight of this car. This includes a thinner windscreen and the rear engine cover being made of polycarbonate. The engine is still the same 3.8 litre V8 twin turbo, but the power has been increased by 13 brake horsepower to 679 brake horsepower. When compared to the 675 LT, we know that this car is lighter and more powerful, but the additional rear wing will have an effect on the top speed, so we don't know if this car is actually faster in a straight line than the 675 LT, but we do know that this car will be much faster around the racetrack. The MSO HS is probably the closest thing you're likely to get to a P1 without actually having to buy a P1. One of the similarities with the P1 is here with the roof scoop, and with the HS you get a carbon fiber roof scoop, which is very cool. And with the previous shot you would have seen the front of the car, which is far more complex than the LT. The MSO HS is a very cool looking car. It's a shame they only made 25 of these, which means that you're highly unlikely to ever see one on the road. Parked next to the MSO was this P1, and by the looks of it, it was spec'd by the same person. It has the same color and some of the same orange highlights. Now you can see the differences between a hypercar and a supercar when you look at the rear of the P1. You can see here it has a much more complex and intricate rear diffuser, which generates a lot more downforce and reducing its drag compared to the MSO HS. One of the things that I like about the P1 is its rear grille, which is almost see-through, giving you a really nice look at the mechanical side of the car. Interestingly, the P1 has a 3.8 litre V8 twin turbo engine like the MSO HS, although this one produces 727 brake horsepower and combined with its electrical motor generates a total of 904 brake horsepower. It was nice to see this P1 with its wing raised. I think the P1 should have a raised wing as standard. The wing itself generates 660 kilograms of downforce at 160 miles an hour, which is almost 3 times as much as the MSO HS. What makes it even more impressive is that the rear wing adds very little drag to the car. Having the wing raised also lowers the car by 50mm, giving it a much more aggressive side profile. This car was parked in the same row as a LaFerrari and Porsche 918 Spider. With its wing down, the car looked a lot lower than both of those two cars. One of the unknown and interesting facts about the P1 is that it uses one of the hardest materials on earth as its brake material, which is carbon silica, and apparently it never has to be changed, and over time it will actually change colour. I've been lucky enough to see quite a few P1s living in London, and this is probably one of the best spec'd ones I've come across. The colour is really nice, and these orange details like here on the brake caliper and the side body skirt as well as the engine cover just adds a really nice touch to the car. Let me know what you think of this P1 as well as the MSO HS. I think they're really good looking cars as well as very special cars, of course. Please subscribe to my channel. There's a lot more content to follow, especially in the summer where London goes crazy. And thank you for watching. See you next time.